Playhouse, Y940, and Amy K. Well, it really wouldn't be wedding season if we didn't talk about brides that took it a little bit too far. Whether it was demands, an outburst, a tantrum, they became full bridezilla. You ever witness a bridezilla? Maybe you think you were one, Amy K.
I don't think I was a bridezilla at all. I think I was very simple. And I didn't really let anything bother me.
Do you think everybody would agree? Do you think there's anybody that perceived you wrongly as a bridezilla?
I think that there were people that weren't invited, but only because it was such a small wedding ceremony that people are upset about that. But that's not because I was a bridezilla. We needed to get married, and I just wanted to do it then.
When you got some pushback, do you think you responded in a calm and collected manner and really just explained softly the situation?
I think I did. Why are you saying this?
I'm just confirming. You at no point just let out a little bit of bridezilla.
Okay, did I vent to you? 100%. Was I stressed? A little, but I don't think that ever turned me into a bridezilla.
When we get a K family reunion and I go on stage and like, hey, thanks for inviting me because I'm not in the family at all, just emceeing today. Who here's offended that Amy didn't invite them to the wedding? Well, we see a lot of hands.
You'll see almost every hand in the air.
And if I say, who feels like it was explained to them in a way that they walked away going, that's fair, will the hands stay up?
No, I think the hands will go down. And then if there are any hands in the air, I'll say, hand over some money and we'll do another wedding right now. If you're the one paying for it, then you could be a little upset that you weren't there.
There it is.
That's not a bridezilla.
But from
That's
the opposite
a fact.
end, where did you ever deal with a bridezilla? You ever bump into one in your day?
No, surprising. Well,
No.
I was going to say, surprisingly, most of the weddings I've been a part of have been super easy, but there may have been two bridezillas that I've kind of had to deal with. One of them, I actually didn't get to be in the wedding anymore because she kind of bridezilla out. And she got mad at another girl in the wedding. And since I was more mutual friends with the other girl, I ended up getting kicked out of the wedding.
Okay, that's not fair, but okay, yeah.
And then the second, it would be my friend, and I've talked about this before, who she had dresses, and you had to get them at this specific boutique in downtown Chicago, which is great for all my other friends because they live in the suburbs of Chicago, except for me, who lives in West Fargo, North Dakota.
Yeah, that makes it a little more tough for sure.
And also, the wedding happened during COVID and lockdown and everything. And originally, she was just going to postpone the wedding. But she thought, let's still have the ceremony. Let's have a small reception. And so then trying to travel during COVID and all that was difficult. But she said, please hold on to the dresses. Like, don't do anything with that because we are going to have another larger scale
I bet that
party.
was so fun when that happened.
That was 6 years ago.
Oh.
We still haven't had that party.
It's coming, though.
I don't know if I
It's
would
coming.
even fit in that outfit anymore. I've had a baby. Life has changed.
Can you imagine if she's like, hey, a little at the end of the summer, we're all going to get together. Hope you still have your dress.
And I have to wear that. I would have to probably buy a new dress. I don't know if I would fit in it.
Hey, we got a good thunderstorm rolling through. I can hear it. I
know.
got headphones
my
on. I can hear the
goodness.
thunder rolling.
It is. The rain is coming in. I was honestly just texting Stephen about this because we knew it was going to get bad out there. And I said, I'm surprised it's not raining yet. And it's thundering and lightning and pouring.
No, I mean, I know it's good thunder when I got headphones on blasting our voices, and I can still hear it outside of my headphones. Your bridezilla story. You got something like that?
Okay, yes, I was a bridesmaid to my friend, and she wanted to do the rehearsal dinner, which we, us and the fellow bridesmaids, we didn't think was all that weird, but she wanted to do the ceremony as the bride, so we would reenact her part, right?
What?
Down to do you take this man, husband and wife, which was fine. None of us were down with kissing her fiance at the time. But then she wanted to go through some of the steps, like rituals to the reception. And I was like, nah. I just stopped before taking off the garter. It was just too much.
She's like the director in this. She wanted to be able to see the scenes rather than just be in the scenes.
She was.
Can you imagine choosing somebody to pretend to be you and fake marry Stephen at your wedding rehearsal?
Absolutely
Like, what?
not. That sounds like bad karma or I don't know. I don't like it, and I don't think that's a good idea.
Even if it was your idea and you sat it up and you picked the person, it was your sister or whoever, I imagine you'd be watching this and get infuriated with both of them.
Why? I would never
You'd be
have
so
that
mad.
idea.
Like,
I
this is
know
a terrible
myself.
idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Maybe you have a wedding planner or something. Let me just show you. And she puts your sister up there as a prop. You'd get so mad.
I can do it. Don't worry.
I'll do it. I'm going up there.
Yeah, I think that's weird. This one is wild. Someone said, my cousin uninvited our own grandma to the wedding because grandma bought a navy blue dress instead of her approved color palette, which was dusty sage, champagne, and blush. My grandma was 82 years old. She already paid for the dress. She was paying to get it altered, and the bride told her she's going to ruin the aesthetic of the family photos. So half of our family skipped the wedding, and we went out for dinner with grandma instead.
Boy, I hope if you're got names like Dusty Sage, you're sending like a paint swatch for me in my email, because if somebody was like, oh, yeah, just pick up something at the store real quick that's Dusty Sage, I'd be like, what? What color is that?
I think when they do have color palettes, they send you ideas and they'll show you colors and they'll show you what to use. It's clearly like a lightish green.
That, honestly, not what I'd have guessed.
Dusty Sage.
Listen, that looks like baby poop.
No, it's probably like a light green. Yeah, right?
It's like an olivey baby poop.
Oh, it's so cute. I like that color.
Yuck. Bridezilla, hello. You got something like that too?
This one's bad, but I was having a meeting with her before, and a man walked in, and they acted like I wasn't there, and I full-on saw them make out. And now this man was not her fiancé. So that means that she had something going on, and she was still getting married to this other man, and she didn't have the decency to hide it from me.
Or, counter idea, they were just rehearsing.
Someone said, my sister postponed her wedding because one of the bridesmaids got pregnant, and she said she didn't want anyone taking away attention from her in photos.
Jeez.
Could you imagine that?
No. It's especially if you knew. Like, that's because of me.
That they postponed their wedding. Someone else said, I was bridesmaids for a friend who sent us a 14-page packet. I'm not exaggerating. It had approved nail colors, rules about tanning, hairstyles. We were not allowed to post certain things on social media, and we would have to ask permission. I had to ask if I could change my hair color. One of the bridesmaids got bangs, and the bride did not speak to her for 2 weeks and said, I guess they'll grow out and we'll have to make them work.
Brides gone wild, Bridezilla. Now it sounds like you think you were the Bridezilla.
When I demanded that all my bridesmaids go on strict diets.
All right, probably need you to expand on that a little bit.
I had like 8 bridesmaids, and we're all still friends. They weren't happy with me, a few of them, but, you know, they're in my wedding. They wanted what was best for me, and they did it.
Well, but still, like the actual diet itself, were you making them eating certain things, or?
No, I told them, you don't need to go out drinking every night. Watch the carbs. Everyone looked fabulous up there at my wedding, so I think it worked for everyone.
I'm surprised there weren't people that bailed out. Can you,
No.
be a bridesmaid in your mind? She just told you, lay off the beer and the carbs.
I would not. No, this is who I am. This is who you've always loved me as. I'm not changing my diet for you.
I just really want you to be in my wedding party. Thank you so much. Really need you to just watch the carbs for the next couple months, though.
Someone said, I was asked to be in a wedding, and she expected all 8 of us bridesmaids to go to the bachelorette party in Mexico, the bridal shower, the engagement party, dress shopping weekends, and the wedding, which was in another state. And by the time everything was adding up, it was going to cost me about $4,000. And I told her I couldn't afford it. And she said, if you really loved me, you'd find a way.
Wow.
I was not, and they said they weren't a part of the wedding. Someone else said, at my friend's wedding, the bride saw another guest wearing a white sweater over their floral dress because it was a little cold in the reception hall. The bride made the DJ announce that only one person is supposed to wear white today. Everyone knew who she was talking about, and it got awkward fast.
You got one of these Bridezillas.
Okay, well, it's so ridiculous. If she wanted us to do like a flash mob at a wedding, I'm 60 years old. The song was crazy. The moves were crazy. I was wearing stupid shoes, which I didn't even think I should wear sneakers. But anyway, we had worked on it earlier in the day, and I was a mess. Just a total embarrassment. And I hadn't even had anything to drink. It was bad. It was just bad.
Was the bride bad or was your performance bad? I can't really tell.
Well, the other ladies were much better than me. That's all I can say. I always thought I was pretty coordinated, but apparently not.
Some of those goofy things are hard, though, especially because they've seen this TikTok or YouTube video, and they're like, ooh, we're going to do this. And it's like, okay, you look at them and look at us. Do you think we're going to be able to do this?
Listen to this one. Someone said, I was a wedding photographer for years. One bride stopped the entire ceremony because she didn't like how the groom was smiling. She literally whispered, let's start over.
Oh,
and the
God.
officiant had to begin the vows again because she wanted better pictures.
Can you imagine being that poor groom? And do you think right then he's like, I wonder, could I just leave?
This, someone else said, I was the bride. Looking back, I was a bridezilla. I remember bursting into tears because the florist used ivory roses instead of pure white. Nobody noticed except me. I was sobbing to my mom, and she said, sweetheart, you're marrying the love of your life. No one is going to remember those roses. She was right. 10 years later, I'm the only one who could tell you what the flowers looked like.
And now, aren't you glad you dropped it? Good
I
job,
hope
Mom.
you dropped it.
You got something like this, a bridezilla?
Okay, so I was a bridesmaid recently, and my friend, I can't even believe it was my friend, but so when they throw the bouquet, that whole moment, so she throws the bouquet, and one of the groom's sisters caught it, and they don't like each other. They hate each other, and so she ripped the bouquet out of the poor girl's hands and said, this is not for you, and then handed it to her younger sister and said, you need this more, and she's a bitch, and just went off on this whole thing. She was drunk, and it was just a mess, and we were all mortified. So, she's basically calling out her younger sister as someone who's never going to get married, and then also ruins the moment of the girl who got the bouquet. It was just such a hot mess, and I just thought, oh, my God, these family, events for this it's just going to be a mess. And so I was kind of glad to say goodbye to everybody at that wedding.
All right, well, thanks for having me, everybody. I get on out of here.
Someone said a girl I work with charged guests who RSVP'd yes to her wedding and then didn't show up Venmo request for $125.
Well, now, to be fair, that is kind of crummy to say you're coming and then not show, I suppose.
I wonder how many people did that she felt like, okay, now you guys got to help pay for some of this.
Gotta be quite a few.
They said that a few people paid just to avoid the drama.
I guess if you said yes and she's got food she's accounted for you, that's kind of crummy, especially if you didn't say anything like, oh, the kids are sick.
Yeah, or what came up that you couldn't make it.
Now that you are an admitted bridezilla, you kind of look back and you realize you were in what way?
When I threw the cake at the baker who made it because it wasn't what I asked for. And at that moment, I just had it. So I threw it at her. And so I ended up having cupcakes at my wedding.
Let's not gloss over, though, that you thought it was a good move to just throw a cake at a person. Like, that poor lady.
I was just livid. I was just livid with everything not going right. And then she's the one who got it for me. When I saw the cake and I first went into the hall and I saw the cake, I was like, this is not what I asked for. Boo. And I threw it on the floor.
Sad. It's interesting, too, because you're like, oh, I had cupcakes. I know she didn't make those cupcakes.
I'm assuming she just had to go to a grocery store and pick something up.
Yeah. About the time somebody throws a cake at you, I think you're like, you know what? You're going to need a new baker. Send you my invoice for that cake.
Someone said, my buddy was the best man in a wedding where the bride banned all groomsmen from having facial hair. She said it was not elegant. One of the guys had a beard he had been growing for years, and he refused to shave it off for the wedding. He was removed from the wedding party.
You know what, though? I guess am I in your wedding party? Or do I keep this beard on I've had for years? I think you probably leave the beard, yeah. I don't think that was a wrong move on his part.
No, and then what? You have to start all over again? You've been growing that thing for years. No.